Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is Kat. As always, thank you for stopping in. Today is part 2 of the grunge kind of 90s look. We've decided to go back in time. We used the Lunar Beauty Manny MUA Eternal Eclipse palette. I think it turned out gorgeous. You guys can check it out here or here. I can't remember which side. Anyway, one of these two sides. I'll also link it in the description box below. So today, 90s grunge hair. I technically could leave my hair like this and be very 90s. I used to do a number of different looks and I wanted to share with you today. So grungy is kind of dirty, it's kind of dark, it's kind of don't give a shit kind of look, and that's what I'm gonna share with you today. So my hair has not been washed for 5 days. Yeah, I know, gross. Tonight is my hair washing day. I only wash my hair once, maybe twice a week. So that is kind of what we're working with. If your hair is freshly washed, you could also do this as well. Just use some texture spray, use some dry shampoo, get it really messy, get it kind of bedheady style, and you should be good to go. So I'm gonna take it out of the pony, the scrunchie that I have it in right now, and show you what we're dealing with. It has not been brushed either today, so that's where we start. First thing I wanna do is got hair in my mouth. First thing I want to do is take my Marc Anthony Texture Wave Invisible Dry Shampoo. This cleanses and absorbs. I like the smell of this stuff. This is what it looks like. I actually got it at Walmart for $4.50, so that's what it looks like. I didn't know Walmart had a sale section. Who knew that? So anyway, here's a little tip. If you want big kind of grungy, messy hair, you flip your head over. I'm just gonna stand up and show you. You flip your head over and hit the roots with the dry shampoo. And then we shake it through just like so. And that is what I get. That is what I get with the texture shampoo. So it has lifted my hair quite a bit. It has picked up a lot of that oil. Ideally, a person could leave it like this too, because that is part of the 90s. You just didn't care. I'm gonna take some of my rings off just because they are big and robust, we'll say. And they get in the way really fast. Some things you'll need are some bobby pins. I keep mine, this is actually for Q-tips, but I keep my bobby pins in these acrylic containers. One of the things I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna actually part it on the side, and this is like a 90s trick. Just part our hair on the sides, just like that, and from the crown to like right behind my ear, I'm gonna just take that hair and separate it out. If you wanna keep kind of like this bedheady look on the top, but like underneath your hair is full of knots like mine, you can brush it out. I'm using my Jazzy wet brush. It's not Jazzy, this is Jasmine. We have a nickname for her in this house because I love her that much. I just brush the bottom of it out and it'll just work its way through. This is all of my natural hair, by the way. I don't have extensions, but if you have extensions, you can totally do this as well. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. So this part that I've separated, I'm gonna separate it in two again. And I am just gonna flip the one side over. Now I'm gonna use a little bit of the Big Sexy Hair Big Powder Play. It is a really cool product. It's a little bit of a powder, so if you have darker hair, you want to work it through because it will kind of leave a little bit of white residue. But the top has a star on it, if you guys can see that. So I just kind of tap a little bit of that in, and it just, because my hair, like I said, it is on its last day, it is kind of greasy. Not greasy, but just it's on the verge. So then I'm gonna take this hair. You can do two things. We used to do this twist where you just twist the hair back, but I don't, that wasn't a thing for me, but I used to braid it. So, and we never used to do the hunky chunky braids. We used to use like little tiny, smaller braids. So it's just like your regular type of Dutch or type of French braid, whichever one you want to do. It's just a kind of a play on really what is going on now with the big braid trends. And we just braid that back. Yeah, we used to have smaller braids in the 90s. We don't do the big, we never did the big hunky chunky ones. And I'm gonna take my bobby pin And I'm gonna pin that down. Just like that. Do the same with that other piece you separated off. Holy moly, what a mess. I'm doing my braids pretty tight to the scalp, if you can see that. So that's what we used to do back in the day. And once again, pin that down with a bobby pin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take just a little bit more hair, still making sure I have a side part, but I'm gonna take just the crown. I'm gonna scrunch this over because I tend to have braiding issues. Just like that. And we're gonna braid this out. So now I've got the 3 braids in your hair. Once again, you can leave it like this as well. I'm just not. So what I'm gonna do next, I am gonna take some more of my powder play and just tap that into where my part is gonna be, and I'm gonna part it out again and just kind of tap it throughout. So again, you could leave it like this. I mean, that's kind of fun too, but we are gonna separate this out. So we're gonna take from just in front of the crown to the middle ear, separate that out, leave that as is. And I'm gonna take a bristle brush, and so see how we've only braided to the crown? I'm gonna take those crown bits. Oh, look how greasy this is. Gross. And I'm gonna start back combing. Got that back combed, so that's what it looks like. We're just gonna kind of play with it so it kind of looks a little bit better. Then we're gonna take a elastic. These ones are from the brand Goody. They've got these little rubber they're kind of like rubber bits on it, and it just, for me, it helps me hold my hair. Just because I've got so much of it, you may not need such a crazy rubber band, but I do. So we've got this separated out, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take just above the ear, and we're gonna go up. We're gonna put that up really obnoxiously high. Just like that on the top of your head. And tighten it up. And then I kind of pull some of these so it's not so tight. I just tighten it up to get the placement, and then so just like that. And then, so we've got these 2 pieces here, as you can see. So I'm gonna take the bottom layer, and I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm not gonna go near as high, and I'm gonna just brush some of this out. I'm not gonna go near as high, taking another of my Goody ponies. And that is what it's gonna look like. So you have two ponies, one's lower, one's really high. So we've got it makes it look super, super long. So now this front bit, I'm gonna back comb just a little bit, just at the root. Lots of back combing, lots of hairspray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm taking this top bit, and I'm just gonna kind of give it just the slightest little curve in, not a crazy curve in, but we want to, so come over like this, and I'm just gonna twist it just a little bit. So it's got kind of like a little poof coming around the front of it, just like that, and you're gonna wanna bobby pin this down. Just like that. This is kind of a key component here. So I've taken what the tail of my little bouffant, and I'm just gonna like ever so lightly let it fall above the ponytail. So I'm gonna take this remaining piece and it's actually gonna get wrapped around there and secured with a bobby pin. Just like that. Now you will want to tweak this a little bit. So you got kind of a, so that is what we are looking at. So you've got this little bouffant type of thing in the front, and you've got it kind of sleeked back on the sides. Now you can leave it like this, but I used to back home and tease my ponytail so it was huge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Kevin Murphy Do-Over Dry Finishing Powder. It's a hairspray. It's a finishing hairspray, but I really, really, really like it. And I love the smell of it. A lot of hairspray in the 90s, by the way, guys. Like, a lot of hairspray. So this is an optional bit, but this is what I always did. I have these skull beads. I'll show you real close. See the little skull beads? Got a hole in them. They're actually for dreadlocks, but I always used to, and I still do this. This is a little nod to the 90s for me. I take a piece of my hair and I braid it. So just like this. Braid, braid, braid. Kind of a loose, like carefree type of braid, by the way. Like it's a long braid. And I just bead that piece all the way through and I run it up into it. And then I take an elastic and I keep my elastics in these little acrylic jars. Black elastic, I just got these ones from the Dollar Tree. Oh, it's falling down. Wrap that in there. Leave a tail on your braid as well. That's very 90s. And then I just kind of open this braid up. And you can do how many you would like in your hair. I like doing 1 or 2 depending on the side. Something like that maybe. So it's kind of like a nod to like a dreadlock phase. I may have had one of those. Maybe I'll put another one. So I've put that one in the top tail, and then in the bottom tail here, I'm gonna put another one. So you see when it's kind of just like hanging there, kind of just pokes through. It's kind of a little nod to like a pirate phase I may have had as well. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you all for stopping in. My name's Kat, as always. It's good to see you. And remember, this is part 2 of part 1. There is a part 1. It's a makeup tutorial video of the grunge look. So this is what we've been left with. I would love to hear from you, so hit me down in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and we'll see you guys again soon.